Chef Kirk Bratrud with the Shack Restaurant Show.
Thank you.
All right, what are we going to be making today?
We're going to make a South Shore lake trout salad.
South Shore lake trout salad.
And we're at the Shack now trying to work more with regional foods and also ingredients.
All right.
And I think this is a good example of that.
Well, let's get cracking.
Sure. First, I want to basically tell you that we need to make a dressing, and it should sit in the refrigerator for about half an hour before you use it.
All right, so instead of using the store-bought stuff, we're making our own stuff.
Yep. And we're going to start with buttermilk. And buttermilk is interesting because so many dairy farmers were using half a cup.
All right.
And then it's interesting because farmers in the area used to sell only the butter fat because it was easy to store and transport.
All right.
And so people living along the South Shore would have access to that. I just put in 1/3 of a cup of low-fat mayonnaise.
Mayonnaise, okay.
Okay. And then I'm going to put in some sour cream, 2 tablespoons.
So what would you call this dressing?
It's a dill buttermilk dressing.
Okay, dill buttermilk.
And it's really old-fashioned. But it's healthy, and it has just a very nice kind of acidic flavor that works well with the smoked fish, which is oily and fairly strongly flavored.
Okay.
But I'm just going to combine this and then add a half a cup of freshly cut dill. You could of course use dried, but this tastes better.
All the fresh stuff. And of course we'll have all these quantities on our website too.
Yep.
WPIO.com.
Yep. So that with a little bit of salt and pepper and some garlic, and into the refrigerator it goes for about half an hour. And what will happen is that it'll set up a little bit and the flavors will meld a little bit better that way.
Sure. So you just want to mix it, how much of a consistency do you want this?
Well, it's kind of like bottled dressing.
Okay.
Yeah, just it's getting thick, but it's not so thick that blue cheese dressing where it comes out in globs.
Okay.
And of course you can adjust it. Good idea to stir your buttermilk before you use it because sometimes it separates and it's real liquidy on top.
I suppose, yeah, you have different densities mixing right there.
And then the next thing we're going to do...
let's take a look at that right
Sure.
there. So what else we got going?
Well, we're going to work through this lake trout, which is a bit of a work.
All right.
All right, so it comes in usually with the skin on and hasn't been boned. So first thing you do is you remove the skin. And then I usually just split it in half. You can kind of see this little indentation in the middle.
Sure.
And it'll just snap apart like that. Now, this has no bones in it because it's the tail section.
All right.
But sometimes you'll find bones, and they'll be right along that line right there.
I hear that's the best part of the fish is the tail section.
Yeah, it has more flavor, and it's usually more moist.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm going to set this out to the side.
Okay, so all we're going to do at this point, since we don't have to take the bones out, you would just kind of pull them out like that, they come out easily, is just lightly flake this.
Just flake it up to even bite-sized pieces?
Yeah, I like it a little bit chunky rather than just little fine flakes.
Okay. So this is already pre-cooked, in other words, right?
It's been smoked, and it's you can find it in the grocery store.
Sure.
Yep.
And fresh is always better. Make sure you.
Yeah, and it comes locally. Bodines in Bayfield is where this came from.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. Severson's does it as well. So this is pretty simple. We're just going to slice our cucumber and mix our salad together. So just get some slices going.
Any other vegetables that you recommend?
Yeah, actually you could put in scallions. I like pickled beets because I'm staying with kind of a Scandinavian theme here.
All right.
Being a good Scandinavian.
Well, that's good. That's good. Always good in this time.
So it's as simple as this. We're going to put in, just how much you like. And I like it fairly light. So do that.
All right.
Then we'll top it with, actually I'm going to toss that. It's kind of a creamy dressing. I like that tossed to the greens.
All right.
And then I'll just place that on a plate for serving. And put some of our lake trout distributed over the top. Along with
some of the dishes.
Fresh dill. You could use pickled dill, cucumbers if you'd like.
Okay. And I notice here, what do we have here?
These are beets, which are Harvard beets.
Okay.
And we put a little bit of tangerine juice in it and a little bit of clove and allspice.
All right, so just give it a little bit of consistency.
Yep. And then you can just place that on as a garnish. Ready to
pretty good.
Ready?
Give it a try.
You can give it a try. I'm going to just put this on because I can't help myself.
Perfection.
There you go.
All right.
Again, this is lake trout, right? And
Local South Shore lake trout.
local South Shore lake trout. Give this a try. Make sure I get a little bit of dressing on there.
Yep.
You can really taste the buttermilk in there.
Yeah,
It sort of has a buttery flavor to it.
Right. It's light and at the same time has enough acidity like a vinaigrette would have.
Sure. All right. Well, thank you so much for being on our show this morning. Again, this is the Shack Restaurant, and we'll have all this information on our website.